firefighters from the West Liberty Fire Department, veterans of Post 426 of the American Legion, and law enforcement from Logan and Champaign County will raise our nation's flag. Please hold your applause until the end. Firefighters with us tonight are Chief Darren Leach, Deputy Chief Steve Ravenstein, Assistant Chief Rick Miller, Retired Assistant Chief Doug Miller, Lieutenant Mark Bowman, and Firefighter Bill Alig. Veterans with us tonight are Nick Hostetler, Army, Matt Hostetler, Navy, Larry Lamb, Army, Larry Warren, Army, Charlie Halderman, Army, Pilar Miller, Army, Nathan Bradka, Air Force, Dan Bradka, Air Force, and Joanne Rager from the Army. With law enforcement tonight is retired Logan County Deputy Sheriff Don King and deputies from the Champaign County Sheriff's Department. Would you please stand, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart. Veterans in civilian attire may render the hand salute and join the West Liberty-Salem Mighty Fighting Tiger Band under the direction of Mr. Paul Weibel for our national anthem.
One minute.
Rock and roll. I'm gonna go out with the beginning here, so.
Yep. Here's full rosters in case they bring young kids in.
Once again invited to join
Welcome to West Liberty-Salem High School in West Liberty, Ohio for Ohio Heritage Conference Rivalry Week. Tonight on 106.9 The Bull and Peak of Ohio TV, we have probably the greatest rivalry in this small farm conference. It's the West Liberty-Salem Tigers playing host to the Mechanicsburg Indians. Thank you once again, everybody, for choosing to spend your Friday evening with us right here on 106.9 The Bull, joined by Peak of Ohio TV this week. Alongside Frank Stid, I'm Caleb Spinner, and Frank, we have two very different teams taking the field tonight, starting off with the home team Tigers 7-1 through this point in the season. A tough loss last week to the West Jefferson Rough Riders, beg your pardon, in an absolute shootout of a game, but they still have yet to score less than 35 points in a game. That's been a stat we've been tracking all season long.
Absolutely, and Ed just said they hit a little bit of a road bump last week, and we call it a little speed bump more than a road bump, and it wasn't for a lack of effort. They played really hard, just a couple breakdowns here and there. The game could have went either way.
And when you get a game that's 62-47, a final score as that game was, you know that is every bit offense as that is defense. Of course, the offense is what stands out, but the defense coming up big. When you get a team that's just offense, the few stops that a defense is able to get are really crucial in a game like that, Frank.
Absolutely, and I'll say one thing and it wasn't a lack of just defensive effort. West Jefferson probably had two of the better kids I've ever seen in small school football at locating a football when it's in the air. Forgive me, I don't remember the one young man's name, but I tell you what, he'd go get the ball out of the air last week, and it was pretty darn impressive. Number 2, I believe.
I believe you're referring to Mason Book. I was thinking of Cameron Pearson, number 10 as well.
Yeah, he was the second half guy. Yeah. Book was the first half guy. Pearson was the second half guy.
Because I think we even talked it into existence over the halftime or going into halftime. I remember you mentioning, looking over to me and saying, well, Cameron Pearson had 500 yards going into this game. We have yet to see him. And then immediately, finger snap, flip of the switch, he's on and becomes a big part in that second half here.
They did, and I guarantee you this coaching staff for West Liberty has got that taken care of. And, as a coach, you watch film, you try to see what you can exploit. But I can guarantee you the back half of that defense, the secondary, has definitely probably been taken care of by Coach McGill and his staff.
West Liberty-Salem Tigers tonight in their home uniforms, a black helmet with a black face mask and the orange tiger paw flanking either side of the helmet. The black jerseys with the black pants, orange numbers with white trim for the Tigers as they get ready to make their entrance. If you're watching along with us on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.com. For the visiting Indians, 3 losses thus far, 1 loss shy of being 500, and they've got, tough is an understatement, a tough pairing of teams this week against West Liberty-Salem and then next week against Northeastern, who we saw just in the stadium a few weeks ago.
Absolutely, as they crank up the AC/DC, I tell you what, feel like I'm front row right now, buddy. But as you said, the Berg, they've had a tough road of it. But, if you look at their schedule, they haven't played cupcakes either. You got New Bremen early in the early part of the season. You've lost a couple close games here and there, but you had a nice win last week. So, they're going to come back out. And Jaden Rowland, they go as Jaden Rowland goes. So, it'll be interesting to see the offensive game plan tonight.
And one thing that I'm glad you mentioned, I'm glad you brought up Jaden Rowland. He was quarterback last time we called this team against New Bremen back in week 2, if you can remember back that far, audience. He is now lined up as a running back. And frankly, that fits because he did a lot of running from that quarterback spot the last time we saw him. So if you have to bump him out to a designated rusher, I think that you might be better off for it.
Yeah, and as we see West Liberty run on the field, and if you're Coach Forrest on the other side, Rowland's probably your best athlete on your team as far as scoring threat. You got to get him the ball as many ways as you can, and I'm sure we'll see him a little bit in the backfield. We may see him in a what would be called a wildcat now, even though he was a quarterback earlier in a wildcat set. But the more you can get the ball in his hands, the better off you're going to be.
Sophomore number 16, Conley Bogard, will be taking over for Rowland at the quarterbacking duties. Taking a look at the uniform combination for the visiting Mechanicsburg Indians, the purple helmet with the purple face mask and the gold spear logo on either side, white jerseys with purple pants, a gold stripe going down the pants, and purple numbers with gold trim for the visiting Mechanicsburg Indians. The paw print at center field has been spray painted pink in honor of tonight's game being the Pink Out game, in honor and support for breast cancer awareness here at West Liberty-Salem Tigers. Fans and players on both teams are wearing pink attire, whether it be the towels that the players have on their waists or the custom shirts that you see Tiger fans wearing wherever you walk around the school, and the majorettes in front on the track have pink flags as well. Mechanicsburg will kick off from right to left. On offense, the West Liberty-Salem Tigers will start off with possession of the ball, and that can be dangerous, especially with how potent this offense is, as we talked about, Frank.
Yeah, you're led by Miles Hosteller, 704 yards passing, 9 touchdowns. Gabe McGill, over 1,000 yards, 1,051, 23 rushing touchdowns. Jacob Evans, 157 yards receiving. You definitely got an offensive attack that can hurt you in many different ways on the outside of the ball.
And, of course, maybe not as known for their passing game as they are with the rushing of Gabe McGill, but the quarterback, Miles Hostetler, is certainly very capable airing it out when he needs to.
He is, and he, you know, I just mentioned the one, the Evans kid, but I mean, he's got one heck of a tight end in the Carson Poppy kid. That's a big kid, big target.
Opening kickoff is in the air. It's fielded by the Tigers at their own 10-yard line. Across the 20, now to the 30, and brought down just shy of the 35-yard line. That's where the Tigers will set up shop, led by that quarterback, Miles Hostetler.
Number 56, Reese Wilson. Tigers take over first down and 10.
Interesting to see what first play they'll come out with here. Will they run it to Gabe McGill, start to get him early, or will they go through the air, knowing that Mechanicsburg probably expects this to start off with a run?
Well, I'm going to test their defense right now and see what they've got, and I'm running the football, and they're lining up in that toss formation, so we're going to get a toss and a pulling guard. I didn't win the Mega Millions, but I'm betting on this one.
I don't know if you know lottery, but you definitely know football, Frank. Hostetler lined up in the shotgun. It's an immediate handoff up the middle to number 21, Gabe McGill, who's going to plow ahead for a gain of 4 yards. Tonight's game is brought to you by Easton Water Solutions, where they live and breathe water, and this first quarter is brought to you as well by Roof and Benchick Law Offices in Kenton, Ohio.
Yeah, that was the first time I've seen somebody take somebody on the outside shoulder of the point man right there. We haven't seen that all year. Good adjustment by Coach Forrest.
Gabe McGill now on the right hip of the quarterback, Hostetler. It's going to be a handoff around the left side. Had some room in the backfield, but cannot make the line of scrimmage. And Coach Forrest visibly excited and pleased with his team's defensive effort on that play to shut down McGill before he could get the edge.
Yeah, I haven't seen – we've done 3 of their games, and this is the first time I've seen anybody get up in the line of scrimmage and press that receiver in that trio formation over there, that little triangle formation trips on the left side. So that's a big adjustment right now.
2 receivers go out wide to the right for the Tigers on that near sideline. Out to the left, far side, is another option for the passing game. Rolling out to his right, looking to pass is Hostetler. He's going to take it himself after finding no one open and gets immediately drilled at the 45-yard line. Flag is down. They might call this a hit, but from what you're motioning, Frank, it looks maybe it'll be a hold.
Yeah, you're going to probably get a hold there on 23. I do believe that's Logwood.
Anytime I see a flag go out after a quarterback takes a shot, legal or not, I immediately think that the officials are going to try to protect the quarterback and call it back.
Yeah, the game's changed since I played, I can tell you that.
It sounds like not for the better by the tone of voice you used for that.
Well, let's just say we protect people now.
Don't get, no need to be defensive, I agree with you. It's definitely got softer, but I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a little bit of irony that the thing you hear from the league is that the pads are getting more and more scientific and more protective, and yet we still have to lighten up on the hits.
Absolutely. Spread draw.
Hostetler delayed handoff to Gabe McGill, who is getting the ball on 2 straight plays, or 2 of the first 3, and will get nowhere. It'll bring up punt team on 4th down.
Yeah, and this is one thing I'll say. The guy across the field, Coach Forrest, he's a pretty darn good football coach. Mechanicsburg's pretty lucky to have a guy like that.
Agreed, on both accounts.
Yes, and he's not just going to let them line up and run, especially not in a rivalry game like this.
A little bit more on the line for both of these teams than just a win and a loss. As we mentioned, there is no love lost between these 2 schools. Kick is away, fielded by Jaden Rowland at the 30-yard line. He gets across to the right side, 35-40, before he is knocked out of bounds. They will not give him the 45. They will mark him just short of that, waiting to see the official placement. It looks to be all the way back at the 40. One official is marking him at the 41, but the ball will be placed actually at the 41, yes, so that forward judge was right.
Yeah, and again, the more you can get the ball in that young man's hands, the better off you're going to be.
So now we see Conley Bogard, who was not the quarterback back in week 2 when we last saw this team. A sophomore taking the reins of the offense. We'll see how this looks for Mechanicsburg.
Let's see what he's lining up in here. He's going to go a little bit of Wildcat right now. Looks like single wing football.
Bogard is off to the right, it looked like. Rowland's going to take this directly behind center in the shotgun and plow ahead to the left side for a gain of 3 yards on 1st down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Yep, and I think they're gonna stay right with this formation for a little bit.
Actually, that's my mistake. Conley Bogart is not on the field. I was mistaking him for number 15.
Yeah, Conley is standing right next to Coach Forrest over there.
Looking for number 15 on my roster. That's Denver Caudill. So another attempt at going shotgun to Roland. It's going to result in laundry on the field. This will back up the Indians.
Yeah, situation like that get a nice positive play and then you go backwards. So you got to learn to hold your water a little bit there.
Hold your water. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's a coaching term.
I learn something new from you every week, Frank. This is just as beneficial a relationship for you as it is for me.
I'll tell you,
At least I'm hoping you're getting something good
I've
from
had
me.
a lot of fun, I can tell you that.
Okay, well,
I've learned
hey,
a lot.
Don't be acting like it's almost over. We still got some time here.
We got a lot of time left.
Direct snap to Roland, who hands off around the right side to Denver Caudill, who's going to plow ahead after that last play backed up the Indians. This is going to get back to almost that original line of scrimmage from the first play and bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that kid's got a little shake to him.
So now you see why Denver Caudill is in there. He is to disguise as essentially the Jaden Roland, a long, tall rusher when you need him to go in close.
And I like the offensive set Coach Forrest is staying with.
Shotgun snap for Roland. He's going to take it himself up the middle. It's good for 3 yards where they're marking him. But it will still bring out 4th and manageable. But you got to imagine this is going to bring on the punting unit, not trying to take any risks in the first quarter of a rivalry game against the 6-1 Tigers.
Yeah, I would think you got to punt this here. You got a great opportunity to flip the field, leave them a long field to score. But then again, I'm sitting up here.
So it does not look like punt formation. Roland will still line up as the quarterback in the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 out to the left. Some movement on the side. It looks like this is some designed trickery from the wide receivers. No, it is going to be a snap and
nice
a boot
quick kick.
down to the 35-yard line, fielded at the 20-yard line, across the 30. The return man out just shy of the 40, stiff arms the defender, and is brought down, knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Jacob Griffith, some deceiving speed as he waited for a moment to turn the Jets on after he had brought in all the Indians defenders and broke out for a big gain.
Yeah, I mean, that turns into about a 10-yard punt, and I'm sure Coach Forrest is going to let him know, hey, we're not kicking straight to this guy if we're going to quick kick it. You know,
especially if you go with the quick kick. You can't get as much leg underneath that.
Yeah, get it off to the side, make him chase it down a little bit so we can get downfield and cover that. So I think that's probably a little bit of an error on the punter's part there.
West Liberty-Salem back out on offense for their second drive of the game. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. He is in formation for it. Hands off immediately up the middle. Got some running room across the 50 down to the opposing 46-yard line. This is the rusher, number 7, Josh Wilcoxon.
Yeah, that's the second part of that rushing attack they have. They've got 2 really capable running backs here at West Liberty.
Wilcoxon, a guy we saw in bunches last week. He was called on by the Tigers when the Rough Riders figured out the plan of hand off to McGill and get out of the way.
Yeah, and he answered quite a few times.
He did. He came up big when they needed him. Hostetler, the quarterback, lined up in the shotgun for West Liberty-Salem. 6:20 to go here, opening quarter. It's a handoff around the left side to Wilcoxon, who's going to plow ahead across the 35-yard line before he is finally wrapped up and brought down by Mechanicsburg number 22, Preston Griffith. Had some motion up the middle and then broke out to open space to get about 10 more yards after that contact.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're taking Poppy and moving him in motion, and he's basically playing fullback from a tight end's position, and they're being able to move him all over the formation, and they're just running old school lead ISOs right now.
West Liberty-Salem with a new set of downs and 5:52 to go here in the opening quarter. Still no score between the Mechanicsburg Indians and the West Liberty-Salem Tigers. 2 receivers out to the right, none out to the left for the quarterback, Hostetler. It's going to be the lead handoff to the second running back in his I formation, who plows ahead. It's Wilcoxon once again getting to the 25-yard line. a gain of about 8
That's
yards.
second down and 2.
Yeah, and I'm looking down here at this training table, and McGill is sitting on the training table.
I was looking across the other side of the field at Forrest, who was arguing with this line judge about something. But yes, McGill being on the athletic training table is not a good sign, but with the way Wilcoxon's working, not sure that it's any dire in terms of your offensive production.
That doesn't look like it right now.
Out to the right side is the other running back. There's number 5, Jacob Griffith. So we got two.
Pick up a 5 on the
No,
play.
Jacob
Throwing
Griffith,
marker
yes.
on the field.
I was going to say we have 2 Griffiths on the West Liberty side of things, but then I remembered Preston Griffith is a Mechanicsburg Indian. And there is a flag on the play. No, they will wave it off.
Gain, good for another Tiger. First down.
5-yard gain for Joshua Griffith, for Jacob Griffith, rather.
Brought down on the play by number 15. Denver
Brings the
Call.
Tigers a
It'll be
new
first and
set of
10 for the
downs with
Tigers.
under 5 minutes to go here, first quarter, and no score.
20-yard line.
But when you look at what Gabe McGill means to this offense as he is standing up and headed back over to the side of Dan McGill, running it off just to make sure his leg is feeling fine, he is a big part of this offense. Handoff up the middle to Josh Wilcoxon, who's going to steam ahead for a gain of 5 to the 15-yard line and now into the Advanced Pools of Ohio red zone.
Yeah, and as you said, he is a big part of the offense. Wilcoxon, while he is a capable running back, you lose the element of the speed that you have with a McGill. He's definitely the faster of the 2 backs.
I would say, though, the agility is about even. We've seen Griffith and Wilcoxon, for that matter, make some pretty nice cuts.
Yeah, aside from the speed factor, you're not going to lose much in the running game.
I formation, Carson Poppy comes over in motion from right to left side. Hostetler's going to take it himself up the middle across the 10-yard line, now to the 5, and pulled down at the 4-yard line. Quarterback saw a lot of room in front of him and took it down deep inside the 5-yard line, closer to the end zone for the Tigers. And this is a sight they love. Gabe McGill checking back into the game.
Yeah, that was a nice option play, and the quarterback held it as long as he could, and kind of left the guy out there on a 2-on-1. He chose the running back, and it was a good job by the quarterback turning it upfield.
Best chance to score for either team. It's West Liberty-Salem on the 4-yard line of Mechanicsburg. Handoff from Hostetler to Gabe McGill, who just checked back into the game, and he's going to lose 2 yards on this play. It's going to back him up to the 6.
Yeah, and that's...
McGill, the ball carrier, brought down on the play by number 16.
Tell you, that's a tough play right there for him coming right back in.
When you're at the 4-yard line, it's really hard to do anything else other than running up the middle. And on that play, it looked like Mechanicsburg knew just that. They bum rushed everybody up the middle for that to stop McGill for a loss of 2.
Well, he had a crease to the outside.
2nd and goal for the Tigers. Poppy goes in motion once again left to the right. Josh Wilcoxon's going to plow it up ahead for a gain of 2. He gets back to that original 4-yard line where this set of downs started, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and goal for the Tigers.
Yeah, and as I said on that previous play, there was a crease to the right, and McGill wanted to cut there, and he just couldn't get that cut because you can tell he was still limping. And if that's the case, that's going to really alter the way they do things here, because you're going to lose the play action passing to Poppy because he's going to have to be your lead blocker.
1 more play for the Tigers if they decide to kick the field goal. 2 more if they decide to go for it here on 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Indians shifting personnel up front. Hostetler back to pass. He's got a man wide open, left side, touchdown! The West Liberty-Salem Tigers run it twice, and when that doesn't work, they go to the air. They're on the board first, 6-0.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's unfortunate. Austin Haynes, the sophomore defensive back for Mechanicsburg, got caught peeking in the backfield, and his receiver went right by him.
So the Tigers will bring on their kicker, Gideon Cole, to do the honors of the point after try. Ball is snapped back to the 10-yard line. Kick is up and good for Cole. 7-0. West Liberty-Salem on the board first. We're going to take a timeout here on 106.9 The Bull and Peak of Ohio TV.
At Easton Water, we're fully committed to fulfilling our promises to our customers. As a locally owned, staffed, and operated company, our reputation is critical, and we mean what we say. We want to be your trusted source for everything water. If recent changes in the market have left you high and dry when it comes to drinking water, water softeners, salt, or anything else to do with the water in your home or business, we're here for you and would love to be your trusted water partner. Visit eastonwater.com or give us a call and we'll get you added to our route.
And pick it up after the game. Go to Donatos.com. Sign up for Donatos Rewards and turn it into free awards with free food. Donatos, every piece is important. South Main Bell Fountain and online at Donatos.com.
The West Liberty-Salem Tigers on the board first. They lead Mechanicsburg 7-0 here from Tiger Stadium. Alongside Frank Stid, I'm Caleb Spinner. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.com. Interesting for the Tigers, who are a very heavy running team. Doesn't mean they can't pass, but when you have a running back like Gabe McGill, it's fair to say you're a run-heavy team, going through the air to get their first points of the game.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. When you are a run-heavy team, it opens up the play-action passing. And, you know, once you get to a situation at the goal line, you're not going to see much zone. It's going to be man, and it's lost track of his man.
Ball is in the air here off the kickoff after the touchdown. It's fielded at the 20-yard line, across the 25 to the 30, brought down at the 35-yard line. Had some daylight, did number 4. Waiting to see who that is for Mechanicsburg. It is Tevin Mitchell, but he was brought down from behind. A Tiger dove for it and grabbed onto his left ankle to bring him down.
Yeah, and there wasn't too much behind him if he would have got by that.
I'll tell you, they gave us starters here in the booth, and we've had to go to the full roster a few times tonight for both teams. Certainly getting a showcase of the depth of these two schools so far through this contest.
Yeah, and for the Berg, you're going to get a lot of sophomores that are going to see the field tonight.
Might as well, especially with a 4-3 record. Got to get your young guys in here to try to find out who fits before too long. The quarterback, Conley Bogard, is in for Mechanicsburg. His first play in this game is a pass out to the right side of Jaden Rowland, who's going to get 8 yards and then step out of bounds to set up 2nd and 2.
You know, and as you point out to the record, the 4-3 record, the new playoff format, Mechanicsburg's still in this thing for a playoff
Absolutely.
shot. So, I mean, anytime you can get your kids a little bit of extra football, week 10, week 11, week 11, week 12, that's only going to benefit your program because they get to play a little more.
You're seeing it with Ohio State.
Absolutely.
Kyle McCord got to play a lot last year in some blowout games, and now look at him now being the starting quarterback.
What a cut.
Handoff to the left side, Jaden Rowland out across the 50-yard line, brought down just shy of the West Liberty-Salem 45-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 46, but it'll move the chains and give the Indians a new set of downs.
Yeah, that was a great run.
Clock ticking under a minute 40 to go here in the opening quarter. The Tigers 7, the Indians nothing, but Mechanicsburg on a roll for their second offensive drive of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact that this young man can come in, Conley Bogard, and he looks calm and cool. You know, and the nice thing is he's got the other quarterback standing right there to keep his head in it.
Number 7, Eli Wilson, the lone receiver. He's out to the right side as Conley Bogard looks right side to pass and found Wilson, but went out of his hands, had him wide open at the 35-yard line, but it looked to be a little too high for Wilson to pull in time. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the same spot.
Yeah, that was a nice ball. Ball was right on the money. Cuffed him, hit him right in the heels.
Got him on that lower part of the hand where if you get your fingertips on it, that's going to be an easy part of the ball to hold on to. However, when it does hit that stiff part of the hand, it is really hard to hold on to.
Yeah, it bounces right off most of the time.
Bogard in the shotgun. He's got Rowland, the running back, on his right hip. Wilson goes back out to the left side, and 3 Mechanicsburg receivers are in tight to the line left side. Penalty is on the field for a false start for the Indians. It'll back them up 5.
You can't do that.
That is the second time a penalty has stopped momentum for Mechanicsburg this game. And if you're Coach Forrest, you're hoping it's the last time.
Well, I mean, nobody's harder on themselves than a lineman when they jump like that. But at the end of the day, you know, them are drive killers. Absolute drive killers.
Rowland coming in now with the play from the sideline. And he is the only one back. Conley Bogard on the sideline for the moment. The running back out to his right side is Denver Caudill. Roland's going to take it himself around the right side to get back almost to the original line of scrimmage. They will mark him 2 yards shy and give him a pickup of 3 to the 48-yard line of West Liberty-Salem.
Yeah, and then that's what happens is when you're kind of behind the gun and passing, as it is, you take a 5-yard penalty. I mean, you really make things rough for yourself, and you're not in real 4-down territory right now, so.
3rd and 12 for the Indians on West Liberty-Salem's side of the field. They're at the 48-yard line of the Tigers. Roland in a shotgun formation, takes the snap, bobbled it for a moment. Caudill is the intended target out to the left side. He's connected across the 45-yard line to the 40. Caudill is going to turn what should have been nothing into a big-time something for the Indians. Not quite a first down, but he sets up 4th and 2, and now a tough decision to make for Coach Forrest.
Well, it looks like he's going to go for it, and I tell you what, he might try to get him to jump off sides. That's a great job by the quarterback because he, to the blind eye, you didn't see it, but he kind of hitched a little bit because he wanted to make sure his receiver was still behind the line of scrimmage because those linemen were already downfield. So great job to that young man for not letting that ball go, get another penalty.
We will end the first quarter. West Liberty-Salem 7, Mechanicsburg nothing. We've got second quarter action coming up here in just a moment on 106.9 The Bull and Peak of Ohio TV.
At Bell Fountain's Best Car Wash, we take care of your vehicle 100%. From the first drop of hot, clean water to the last stroke of our super soft, shine-enhancing towel. And you can choose from 4 levels of clean: basic, plus, premium, and ultimate, starting at just $8. Bell Fountain's Best Car Wash, 720 South Main. At Bell Fountain's Best Car Wash, we take care of your vehicle 100%. From the first drop of hot, clean water to the last stroke of our super soft, shine-enhancing towel. And you can choose from 4 levels of clean: basic, plus, premium, and ultimate, starting at just $8. Bell Fountain's Best Car Wash, 720 South Main.
Liberty Gathering Place in downtown West Liberty serves breakfast all day, every day. They have homemade desserts, made from scratch noodles, and the salad bar is open Wednesday through Sunday. But on Fridays, they are serving up all-you-can-eat fish. Yes, that's right, it's all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays. Enjoy golden fried fish with your choice of 2 sides, and maybe finish it off with one of their homemade desserts. Don't miss the all-you-can-eat fish every Friday at the Liberty Gathering Place, open until 7.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here on 106.9 The Bull, Peak of Ohio TV. 4th and 2 for the Indians. A big 4th down conversion coming up here. Shotgun snap for Roland. He's going to fake the handoff and take it up himself. He's got it. Up ahead by a mile. Had the initial 2 yards, was stopped for a moment, and then burst through for another 5. They're going to give him a pickup of 9 yards when he only needed 2. So plus 7 to give the Indians a new set of first down.
Yeah, a little misdirection action brought the backside guard lead block. That was a nice job.
We were talking earlier about Gabe McGill being on the training table. He is in on defense, which if I'm head coach Dan McGill of the Tigers, I'm not putting him in on defense if it's an injury that I'm not too, if I'm not too happy putting him in an offense, I'm not going to make him play both sides of the ball. That's going to be a good sign that he's feeling okay.
Yeah, because, he's an outside backer, and you have to check his lateral movement. He didn't. I tell you.
Meanwhile, a handoff up the middle for the running back Liam Smith. For Mechanicsburg, they're going to give him 5 yards and bring up 2nd and 5.
And if I was Coach Forrest, I would make the McGill kid run as lateral as possible.
You don't have to call him the McGill kid. We have a nickname for him.
Run GMG.
There it is. We used it last week. Lou got a chuckle out of it. He was here 2 weeks ago when we made that nickname. Roland up the middle. He looks like he's got enough for a first down on this. They're going to give him a gain of 5, and it will officially move the chains after that far sideline judge gives the signal.
Hey, we have Grandpa's Fun Facts. I'm going to give you a question here.
Okay.
What's the most dangerous thing you can give to a high school football team?
Ooh.
Confidence.
Okay.
And
I was going to say momentum.
And what are you giving to, what is West Liberty, what is Mechanicsburg getting right now?
Confidence.
Confidence, buddy.
They're looking really good. Tonight's game is brought to you by Liberty Gathering Place in downtown West Liberty, serving up homemade dishes all day long. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Handoff up the middle to the running back, number 5, Liam Smith. He's going to plow ahead to the 15-yard line. They'll go down as a gain of 8 to set up
Liam
2nd and
Smith, the ball
2,
carrier.
and they will enter, the Indians will, the Advanced Pools of Ohio red zone.
Yeah, and you can see they're getting hit, and they're bouncing off, and they're getting those extra yards. These kids are running hard.
Second quarter tonight is brought to you by Roof and Benchick Law Offices in Kenton, Ohio. Jaden Rowland running in from the sideline with the play, and that is usually a pretty good sign that he will function as quarterback for that next play.
Here they go, that tight set again, out gapping.
Rowland in the shotgun has Smith to his left side. He's going to take it himself up the middle and maybe is lucky to get the line of scrimmage, if not a loss of 1. They are marking it at the original line to gain, so it will set up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, they were hoping West Liberty would shift over. They didn't. They stayed true to their defensive gaps up front.
As they should have.
In the second level defense was pretty darn good.
If you can hear that bell over our airwaves, that's what West Liberty-Salem plays every 3rd down for the opponents anyway. It is 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap for Rowland. He's going to hand it off. Up the middle, Liam Smith. Does he have enough for the first down? That far side judge is marking, yes he does. It'll set up 1st and goal from this spot for the Indians at the 4-yard line. So now you give Mechanicsburg the same situation you had for the Tigers. 1st and goal rather, at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, but if you're the Berg, you got to run this ball in.
Absolutely you do. And Liam Smith, for his credit, doesn't look like the biggest guy out on the field, but he is running with power. And now you see the quarterback Conley Bogard has checked in. 16 looks a lot like 15 Denver Caudell. Shotgun snap around the right side to Rowland. He'll get to the 3-yard line, gain of 1, 2nd and goal still, now from the 3.
Yeah, West Liberty's got a lot of speed on the outside there. I'm not sure if you're going to outflank them.
I don't think you will, especially with McGill playing an outside linebacker.
Right. And you notice he ran right at him to see if he could get out there.
He's lined up left side. If you wanted to go for an edge, maybe go right, like play the opposite of him, because he's going to have to come across the field to get that, and he won't have an angle with 3 yards to go to the end zone.
Yeah, they put him on. He's up to the field now.
Rolling in the shotgun. He's got Smith out to his left side. He's going to take it himself after faking the handoff, and is maybe going to get a yard. We'll see where they spot this. They will mark it 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line, and now Coach Forrest's job getting tougher as that defense for the Tigers proves to be big.
Yeah, and you're a yard back now, so wouldn't surprise me to see a little play action or maybe some kind of sprint out pass with Rowland.
Conley Bogard has checked in, and the West Liberty-Salem Tigers will call timeout. So will we. West Liberty-Salem 7, Mechanicsburg nothing. 7:06 to go here, 2nd quarter on 106.9 The Bull and Peak of Ohio TV.
Comer Insurance Agency in DeGraff offers insurance coverage for home, life, auto, commercial, and farm. Visit their website at comerinsuranceagency.com for their number and more information. Comer Insurance Agency, specializing in helping you with the right coverage. Are you looking for a place to tan or do your laundry? Buckeye Wash and Tan has you covered. Their goal is to provide you the highest level service and products in a clean and friendly environment at an affordable price. Their laundry facility is fast, reliable, and saves you time. Full service will take care of the laundry for you. There's always an attendant on duty. Ohio weather can be dreary at times. Getting a tan helps you feel good all year long, regardless of the weather. They provide clean and well-maintained beds to help you feel your best. Let Buckeye Wash and Tan brighten your clothes and your day.
Time's running out. Dairy Queen in Urbana is closing for the season October 29th. Stop in for the blizzard of the month, the Oreo Hot Cocoa. It's delicious. Fill your freezer with your favorite DQ treats to keep you going till they reopen in the spring. Thanks for another great season.
3rd and goal for the Mechanicsburg Indians from the West Liberty-Salem 4-yard line. Big play upcoming here from Mechanicsburg. They are down 7-0 right now with 7:06 to go, 2nd quarter. Rowland is in at quarterback in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers out to his left. He's going to take it himself, trying to get the edge, diving for the pylon. Are they going to mark him in? They are calling him just short. It'll bring up 4th and 1. And Frank, I got to ask, you got to punch this in, right?
You got to punch it in. He actually hit, it looked like he hit the pylon, but his foot stepped out of bounds when he did it. So they went unbalanced to the right side. West Liberty didn't adjust. Let's see if they do it again.
4th and goal for Mechanicsburg. Line of scrimmage is the 2-yard line. Coach Forrest on the far sideline here at Tiger Stadium talking to the sophomore quarterback Conley Bogard, and he will use a timeout as well.
Mechanicsburg.
Big play coming up here for Mechanicsburg. It's 4th and goal from the 2. When we come back, West Liberty 7, Mechanicsburg nothing, with under 7 to go in the first half on 106.9 The Bull and Peak of Ohio TV.
Hi everybody, this is Dr. Jacob from Elevate Chiropractic, Bellefountain's newest chiropractic clinic. Aren't you tired of being in pain and not living life to your fullest? Chiropractic care not only relieves pain, but more importantly, it helps your body handle stress better in the long term. We tailor every adjustment specific to you with the help of our in-house digital x-ray suite, along with corrective stretches and exercises. It's time to take back control of your own health today. Visit elevatechirocare.com or call 937-210-5525 to schedule now.
Thinking about cleaning up your property or home? Call Bobcat Multi-Works for a dumpster. They offer 10 and 20 cubic foot sizes. They deliver them right to your door and pick them back up. It's the perfect way to dispose of all the things you don't need anymore. Check them out at bobcatmultiworks.com.
Welcome back to West Liberty-Salem, Ohio, here at, or West Liberty-Salem High School, rather, in West Liberty, Ohio. That hyphen Salem always is a stickler around these parts. Mechanicsburg, 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. They trail the West Liberty-Salem Tigers 7-0 here with 6:58 to go in the second quarter. I don't have to tell you, folks, how big of a play this is. Checking in for the Indians is number 34, the tight end, Frank Caudill. Rolling in the shotgun. He's going to take it himself. Trying to punch ahead with the blocking speed of Liam Smith, and he is going to be rolled in. Touchdown, Mechanicsburg. They go on the scoreboard with their first touchdown of the night. It's now 7-6 pending the PAT.
I'm going to tell you what. Everybody on that sideline is happy that that just happened for Mechanicsburg, because if it didn't and that kid ran on late, Coach Forrest would have lost his mind tomorrow in film.
But once again, they go to the ground, Frank, something that they had tried 3 times in a row, hadn't gotten any luck for, and then finally found their groove on that last play to punch it in. The point after try is good as well from the kicker, Eli Wilson. So we have a game that's tied at 7s here at West Liberty-Salem High School. We'll step aside for just a moment on 106.9 The Bull, Peak of Ohio TV.
Come to the pizza shop where all the locals know where to go. Jack and Doe's, a family tradition for over 50 years. Started by the Valentine family in the late 60s, it's now operated by the 3rd generation. They were taught how to make delicious, quality pizza, subs, chicken, and more. Jack and Doe's, home of the original large sheet pizza. Visit their
Swing by
Facebook
Lee's
page
famous
or one of their
recipe
3
chicken for the
locations
all-new
for dine-in,
Nashville
delivery,
Hot
or
Mac and
carry-out
Cheese Bowl
in
with
Hinton,
breast strip
Rouse's
bites
Point,
tossed
or
in
Irvine.
Nashville hot flavor, all nestled into a bowl of mac and cheese. It's a meal with a kick. Try the Nashville Hot Mac and Cheese Bowl, only at Lee's.
Be sure to listen to the Ron's Pizza postgame show on 98.3 WPKO tonight after the game. And as always, football weekends don't start on Saturday. They don't even start in the evening on Fridays. They start in the morning. Listen to Friday morning football picks on 98.3 WPKO every Friday morning at 7:10 a.m. Brought to you by Iron City Sports Bar on South Main, Logan County's best burgers and wings. Mechanicsburg ties this game up at 7 on their second offensive possession of the night. The West Liberty-Salem Tigers also scored their first touchdown of the game on their second possessions of the evening. And we are knotted at 7s on the scoreboard as Eli Wilson is going to touch this one up. The kick is going to get to the 30-yard line. Waiting there, extending his arms to the breadbasket, was the West Liberty-Salem return man. That is number 23, Taryn Logwood, who it looked like he was going to catch that as he ran out and just traditionally went over the breadbasket like a receiver. Didn't even allow the ball to touch down first.
Yeah, he's used to pulling those balls out of the air like that.
He was at the second line in the kickoff formation, too. Not even one of the return men they had back.
Yeah, I'm not kicking to either one of those guys way back.
That's fair. It's Wilcoxon and McGill, and I don't want to choose between those two.
Yeah.
Two receivers right side. It's going to be a handoff out of the shotgun for Gabe McGill, who's got some room around the left side across the 50-yard line. Tried to be punched out of bounds, but he is not. He is going to stay in. Gabe McGill, touchdown, West Liberty-Salem.
No, they're going to call him out.
No, the officials are going to say, yes, he was out of bounds beforehand. Wow, McGill had the edge, had some room, and was just pushed out of bounds by number 22, Preston Griffith. He was the second man in the I-back, running out of bounds, and just stepped out. They might mark him back a little bit further where he actually went out. I thought he went out at the 30. They're going to put him back at the 40. But what a big play from Griffith. It was a big gain for the Tigers, but Griffith stopped the score.
Yeah, and if you're West Liberty, you like to see that because that was McGill. Oh.
Hand off to Wilcoxon right side. He's going to get across the 35-yard line before he is brought down. Broke the initial tackle and then was finally able to be pulled to the ground by a tribe of Indians.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments that Mechanicsburg makes here because you can give them all the yards you want between the 20s. Just don't let them in the end zone.
West Liberty-Salem breaking the huddle with 6:10 to go here in the second quarter, and the score 7-7 between the Indians and the Tigers. Two receivers out to the left, none to the right. Two backs in the backfield with the quarterback Hostetler. Handoff to the second one in the back is Gabe McGill. He is going to plow ahead across the 20 to the 15. Another big gain for West Liberty-Salem, number 21.
Yeah, and
18-yard run by number 21, Gabe McGill.
He's got some pretty good explosion going through the line of scrimmage, I can tell you.
It's always deceiving because he is 15 yards downfield before we can even get the word out of what's happening to him. He is that fast, ladies and gentlemen. Receiver out to the left side, but this is going to be a handoff up the middle to Josh Wilcoxon. He's going to steam ahead for 4 yards up the middle before he is brought down by the Indians' front four. They're going to officially give him 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a white Acura license plate HOF 7193 that is parked in the
I got to tell you, one of my favorite parts about coming back to this level football is hearing the car you have your lights on announcement. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. He was looking out to his left side to pass. Now he's going to keep it himself across the 10-yard line and running out of bounds to avoid taking a shot. But he is going to punch the Tigers deeper into the advanced pools of Ohio red zone.
Yeah, that was a good job. They took away the initial threat on pass there. And just as good a job as it was defensive, it was a good job of the receivers blocking.
So the Tigers on offense. Clock stopped at 5:03 to go here in the second quarter. Mechanicsburg 7, West Liberty-Salem 7, and the Tigers inside the Mechanicsburg 10-yard line. Handoff around the left side to Gabe McGill, who was initially pulled down by an Indian defender before another tribe member could get over there and finish the stop. They're going to credit the hold to number 16, Conley Bogard. The hold on the jersey, however, but there is going to be a holding penalty against the Tigers that will back them up.
Yeah, and that hold, unfortunately, was on the other side of the field, so it didn't really even impact the play. Those are the ones that drive you crazy.
So the Tigers will be backed up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. They're putting the ball at the 15. So by quick math there, it occurred at the 5-yard line.
Right.
You don't have to check my math on that, Frank. You don't have to tell me I'm right. I know I'm right.
I don't know if that's right or not. I say right just to make you feel good.
Just to make me happy.
That's it.
Never let it be said you're not a people pleaser, Frank. Handoff up the middle to Josh Wilcoxon. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The only yards he gained were out of the backfield, and the Indians were right there to meet him. It'll bring up 4th down and 9 with 4:53 to go here in the second quarter. The ball lined up still at the 15-yard line. You got to wonder if we're going to get a field goal try.
Well, they got McGill coming in. I think you're going to get a play run here.
Gideon Cole will stay off the field, the Tigers kicker. And in comes Gabe McGill, the running back. Two receivers right, one to the left. Looking to pass to his right side is Hostetler. He doesn't have anyone there. Taking it himself across the 10-yard line.
He didn't get it.
He will not get enough for the first down, so it will go down as a turnover for the West Liberty-Salem offense and a huge stop for the Mechanicsburg defense.
You know, and people will say, well, why aren't you kicking it? I mean, they've got a heck of a kicker, but you're in a situation where they've got a long way to go. Roll the dice. You've got a pretty good offense. They just put up almost 50 points last week. And you roll the dice and just tell your defense, okay, you got to get a stop now.
I mean, either way, Mechanicsburg is set up inside their own 10. So it's not like this isn't a good outcome. It's just not the best outcome for West Liberty-Salem.
Right.
In at quarterback is Jaden Rowland. He's in a shotgun with his toes on his own 3-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle, more or less just to get space. It's out to the 12-yard line for a gain of 9. Did a little bit more than give him space, give him a lot of space.
Give him some space.
Number 76, Cam Bear. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Cam Bear making the stop for the West Liberty-Salem Tigers.
Yes.
The Indians get some breathing room. They are no longer with their heels to the end zone, trying to take advantage of that defensive stop and get the lead here before halftime. We've got 4:10 until then. Handoff out of the shotgun, and taking it himself is the quarterback / running back, Jaden Rowland.
You're getting a lot of, formationally, you're getting a lot of tackle over, which means they're taking the right tackle and the left tackle, and they're just bringing them to the other side. So you're getting a 3-man offensive line surface instead of a tight end. And that's classic Mechanicsburg football, where they try to out-gap you, then bring a guard and try to out-man you.
Rowland took that out to the left side. It's going to set up 3rd and 2 for the Indians.
Unbalanced left here.
Clock ticking under 3.5 minutes to go before the halftime. Shotgun snap for Rowland. He's going to take it himself. He's got a full head of steam across the 25-yard line before he is cut down, and I mean cut down. The defender dove for his ankles right as Rowland was in the air and spun up and almost somersaulted in the middle of the air before coming down.
Yeah, and again, the one thing I like about watching rivalry football, teams that know each other, West Liberty knows what's coming. And it's just, okay, you know what's coming, just stop it. And on the other side, it's the same thing. So, again, a lot to be said for teams that are 15, 20 minutes away from each other.
Shotgun snap for Rowland. He's going to hand it off this time to Liam Smith up across the 30-yard line down to the 32. It will bring up a nice gain on first down. They'll mark it 2nd and 6. Tonight's game is brought to you by Buckeye Washington, your full-service laundromat and tanning salon. I promise that combination of things is better than it would sound on paper.
I'll tell you what, they've been doing it for a while.
I remember back to the first read that I did that of on Dayton, Belmont, and Urbana, thinking, what in the world, Washington, what?
Yeah,
but it makes sense.
They wash uniforms, too.
Rowland is going to keep it himself after faking a handoff to Liam Smith. He's got some room around the left sideline. Is going to get 2 yards to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Indians. Depending on where they spot this, they're not giving him as much as I thought he had.
Yeah, it was manageable. And the thing that I find is right now everything they're running is to the short side of the field. I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, I know it's so that you can get some better creases and some better alleys, but I'd like to see this kid be out in space a little bit. Here we come to the wide side.
2 receivers coming out wide to the right. It's Lane Poland, number 11, and number 22, Preston Griffith. Rowland is going to take it out to himself and gets pulled down. Probably not the best decision to run on that side. The Tigers knew exactly it was coming. It's going to bring up 4th and short.
Well, that play is designed to hit inside, but there was nothing inside because they blitzed the inside backer.
West Liberty-Salem calls timeout. We'll step aside. Tigers 7, Indians 7. 1:19 to go in the first quarter, in the first half rather, on 106.9 The Bull, PeakofOhioTV.
Looking to save money every month? Well, who isn't? With a Quest MasterCard, you can lock in a low fixed interest rate from 5.99 to 11.9% APR for qualified cardholders. You can even perform balance transfers from other high-interest cards and save real money every month. Apply online today. Membership and credit score eligibility required. Quest Federal Credit Union. Explore the possibilities. NCUA insured. Equal opportunity lender.
When you're craving pizza, call Badrone's Pizza of Bell Fountain, 592-1020. You'll get it freshly made just for you. If pizza isn't what you're craving, they have a variety of sandwiches and dinners sure to please. Padrone's Pizza of Bell Fountain, 592-1020.
Tie game at 7s between the Mechanicsburg Indians and the West Liberty-Salem Tigers with 1:20 to go before halftime. The Tigers back into punt return formation, and as they should be. It's 4th and 4 for Mechanicsburg on their own side of midfield. Roland takes the snap in the backfield, punts this up. It's higher rather than it is long, and it's going to be touchdown just on the other side of midfield at the Tigers' 48-yard line. Roland did not get much of a boot underneath that one.
No, he didn't, but I can tell you, silver lining to every cloud, that's 10 yards farther than the last punt.
And it's amazing what happens when you punt out of an actual designated punt formation rather than trying to short kick it.
Right.
Or quick kick it out of a short formation, if you will. So back-to-back scoreless possessions. First for West Liberty-Salem and then for Mechanicsburg on that punt. We'll see how the Tigers answer with this game tied at 7s. Back to passes, Hostetler. Found his man across the left side, but it is in and out of the hands of Gabe McGill. Incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the same spot.
Yeah, that's tough because there's not a lot of room for him to operate over there. And that ball, timing-wise, that ball comes quick.
And we look to get a timeout before this play.
Officials timeout.
Official timeout on the field.
Looks to only just be a quick decision.
The serial number was identified in the exact amount.
PA announcer having a little bit of fun here.
Yeah.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Tigers.
3 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Hostetler in a shotgun with a man behind him. It's Gabe McGill, but there's going to be now a not-officials timeout. Mechanicsburg is going to take a timeout, and we'll step aside once again. 7-7, Mechanicsburg. West Liberty-Salem, no score here tie score here on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.
Do you love that glow your skin gets from the sun? At Buckeye Wash and Tan, you can keep that glow all year round. You don't have to worry about the seasons changing either. They have several beds available to help you achieve and keep the look you want. Check out Buckeye Wash and Tan at either of their 2 Bell Fountain locations.
Hi, it's Liz at Bell Fountains Comfort Inn, reminding you we offer your out-of-town guests a comfortable alternative. Available amenities include in-room microwave and fridge, complimentary breakfast, outdoor pool, and on-site lounge. And king rooms come with hot tubs. It really does beat crowding into your house, and we're pet-friendly too. Reservations are easy at choicehotels.com or call 937-599-5555. That's Bell Fountains Comfort Inn.
West Liberty-Salem 2nd and 10 from their own 48. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Hostetler back to pass, looking left side, had his man, but it's incomplete. Dropped it, intended for number 10, Jacob Evans, had him dead to rights. But an incomplete pass out of the hands of Evans.
Yeah, Miles Haynes, he's got to press that route. He's running parallel with him down the field. When he's got to press that route, get to the receiver's hip, he can't let him catch it, then react. And that's exactly what he's being told right now by Roland.
Clock stopped at 1:07 with that incomplete pass, and both Banes from Mechanicsburg and West Liberty-Salem getting ready to perform at halftime. We'll have coverage of that here on our Peak of Ohio TV stream. Hostetler out to the right side, complete to Gabe McGill, who's going to get a nice gain of 8 yards before he is punched out of bounds by the Indians defense.
Yeah, that's a great tackle out there by Eli Wilson.
We saw what happened when teams were hesitant to get in front of McGill. No such instance there. Got right in front of the raging McGill. And now we will take a break once again. A timeout for Coach Dan McGill and the Tigers with under a minute to go before the halftime on 106.9 The Bull, PeakofOhioTV.com.
Just one visit and you'll know why it's worth the drive to Firehouse Pizza in Zanesfield. This weekend, try a specialty pizza like the Fireman's Italian. Think about an Italian sub on a pizza. Or the mac and cheese with ranch, bacon, and 4 different cheeses. Firehouse Pizza. Check their Facebook page for specials.
Dream about a pool for your family? Advanced Pools of Ohio has your summer fun in mind. From choosing the right pool size to professional installation, maintenance, and the chemicals to keep your pool looking great all season long. Find them at advancedpoolsofohio.com or check out the store located on 273 outside of Bell Center. Advanced Pools of Ohio.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The Tigers hand it off to the left side, and now Gabe McGill, he's got some room across the 35 down to the Mechanicsburg 30. A big gain. Line of scrimmage was just on the other side of midfield for the Tigers, and he plows ahead inside the 30.
Yeah, and it's that option play. Just as much as it was a horrible play for him last week, it was good for him this time.
Gabe McGill comes up big for the Tigers when they need him to. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. Looking out to the right side. Got it shut down. Now back out to the left, and he's going to throw this out of bounds to stop the clock with 42.5 seconds left before halftime.
Yeah, smart play. Smart play. Don't force anything.
Alongside Frank Stid, I'm Caleb Spinner. Thanks so much for choosing to spend your Friday evening. Now switching over to Friday night. With us here on 106.9 The Bull, Peak of Ohio TV. We have had a very competitive game here between the Indians and the Tigers so far. 7-7 on the scoreboard. Like we mentioned, under 45 seconds to go before we take a halftime break. 2 receivers either side, left and right, with Gabe McGill, the lone back, in the backfield. Hostetler looking to pass, it's picked off. Having room down the near sideline is the defensive back for Mechanicsburg. They'll give it to number 13, Austin Haynes. There is a flag on the field, but the defense, for the moment, in Mechanicsburg, comes up with a big play.
Well, I don't know what they're going to call. You've got 2 things they could call here. They could call a block in the back or a face mask here. And I saw both of them. I'm deciding. They're calling personal foul, face mask.
So the Indians defense comes up big and buys their offense about half a minute to go down and get into probably field goal range is the best option.
Yeah, they're going to get the ball. They're going to go 15 yards from here. They're going to get the ball in Tigers at the Tiger side of the field.
45-yard line of West Liberty-Salem is where this ball will be placed. And they're going to be specific and actually put it at the 46, just to spite me for that one.
Guy's got a short stride. That's what we used to tell them. They're yards short.
Just count the hashes. Who cares about strides?
We used to tell them.
I want that extra 3 feet. Thank you. Come on now. Got to count the lines. They're there for a reason.
I'm looking for screen pass right here.
Quarterback in is Conley Bogard. You got to imagine they love it out of this formation. Jalen Rowland could get the ball, design handoff. He's on the left hip of Bogard. Probably going out to the right. Shotgun snap. Bogard looking to pass. Found his man Rowland in the flat left side. He's got the first down and more before he's pushed out of bounds. That looks to be a gain of 12. We'll see where they spot this football. But for the Indians, number 1, you get a new set of downs. Number 2, you get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, and that's a situation where he's split out wide. And as soon as that defensive safety widens out, they're going to run him straight down the field.
10-yard gain officially out to the West Liberty-Salem 35-yard line. For college, this would be field goal range. For high school at this level, I'm not sure. Got to imagine you need a few more yards before this is guaranteed 3 points.
Yeah, you're going to need about 15.
Bogard remains in at quarterback, takes the snap, looking out left side. Once again finds Rowland. And he's going to be brought down for a loss of 3. Inbounds. Clock is beginning to roll.
You hear him yell, clock, clock, clock.
No timeout. Indians rushing to get back here and spike the football, finding their rhythm. And it is the spike to stop the clock with 5 seconds. Clock rolled a little bit further. So we'll see exactly where this goes back to. We're going to get at least probably a second and a half put back on here. But not having a timeout at this moment and having to spike that gets you from about 25 seconds where you would have had to now probably 6.5. Again, that clock is not adjusted, so we don't know that number for a fact.
Well, I can tell you this. We're in West Liberty. That number's not moving.
And indeed it isn't. It's going to stay 4-9. Should be back to 6. But you deal with what you can. One more play for the Indians. Bogard looking to pass left side. Incomplete. He'll get 0.4 of a second left on the clock. So now one more play for the Indians before we go to halftime. We are knotted once again on the scoreboard, 7-7.
Yeah, and if you got to be careful here. You don't, and Coach Forrest knows this, you got to be careful here. You don't want a young, inexperienced quarterback throwing the ball all the way across the field. They pick it off, take it for a touchdown.
Tigers back in prevent formation on defense. They leave the middle of the field wide open.
Take a knee.
But they do have those 2 lurking safeties. And you got to imagine this is going to be a knee. But Bogard is back in the shotgun with Rowland on his right hip. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Rowland left side. He's got a block. Jaden Rowland across the 30-yard line. And now with flags on the field, that block is turning more into a hold or a block in the back. It's going to back this play up. And that will probably do it for the first half. Indeed it will. They're not even going to announce this penalty.
That's a hold.
We're just going to head back to the locker rooms. So we head to the intermission. Mechanicsburg 7, West Liberty-Salem 7. Tight, competitive game for OHC Rivalry Week. I can never get that out. I'm like Charles Barkley in that Capital One commercial. It's Rivalry Week. Cannot get that out of my mouth. Gosh darn it. But we'll see what happens over the halftime break. I'll be red leather, yellow leathering in the back here to make sure that I can pronounce clearly for these next 2 frames of action. 20 more minutes of play coming up, or excuse me, 24 more minutes of play coming up here in just a moment on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.com.
Looking for a way to make your gun even more awesome? Come down to Patriot's Attic and get yourself a silencer. We take care of all the paperwork and fingerprints in-house, so the most stressful part for you is deciding which can to buy. The best part? When you buy a silencer at Patriot's Attic, you're free to take it out of jail and use it on our range whenever you want while you're waiting for that form to be approved. So make that wait time worth it and come see us on County Road 130 between Huntsville and Bellefontaine.
Are you penalized because your bank's head coach is located out of town? At the People Savings Bank, our head coach is right here in your hometown to help you meet your goals. Come score a touchdown with the People Savings Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Attention Fat Boys Pizza and Ice Cream customers, it's that time again. It's football time. Get your Fat Boys fix before the game or order while the game's going on. We're open till 10. We have hot pizzas, subs, and salads. 592-FATS.
At Easton Water, we're fully committed to fulfilling our promises to our customers. As a locally owned, staffed, and operated company, our reputation is critical, and we mean what we say. We want to be your trusted source for everything water. If recent changes in the market have left you high and dry when it comes to drinking water, water softeners, salt, or anything else to do with the water in your home or business, we're here for you and would love to be your trusted water partner. Visit eastonwater.com or give us a call, and we'll get you added to our route.
Donato's Pizza's open late tonight. Order online and pick it up after the game. Go to Donatos.com. Sign up for Donato's Rewards and turn it into free awards with free food. Donato's, every piece is important. South Main Bellefontaine and online at Donatos.com.
At Bellefontain's Best Car Wash, we take care of your vehicle 100%. From the first drop of hot, clean water to the last stroke of our super soft, shine-enhancing towel. And you can choose from 4 levels of clean: basic, plus, premium, and ultimate, starting at just $8. Bellefontain's Best Car Wash, 720 South Main.
Orchestra made it famous again in 1998. Featuring our fire twirlers, Elizabeth DeMalt and Ava Johnson, here is Jump, Jive, and Wail. Our next swinging tune was inspired by true riots that took place in Southern California in 1943. This song doubles as a rally cry and a dance anthem. Don't riot too hard as we perform the 1997 hit Zoot Suit Riot by the Cherry Poppin' Daddies. Our show tonight with this exciting and energetic tune telling us to go and live life to the fullest. Popular in 1998 from the band Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, here is Go Daddy Oyer. I mean, Go Daddy-O! again in welcoming the West Liberty-Salem Marching Tiger Band. The Marching Tiger Band is led out tonight by Field Commander Hannah Schwaderer. It is under the direction of Paul Weibel, Assistant Director Aaron Gall, Major Ed Advisors Barbie Williams and Sydney Roberts, and Color Guard Advisor Maverick Jacob. By the Backstreet Boys. Gee, Mr. Weibel, I feel like we talked about including everybody a couple of weeks ago at the homecoming game with our alumni group, didn't we? It looks like you're back at it again, bringing more people into our halftime show. Okay, well, it looks like you're one step ahead of me and already have them out on the field. Please join me in welcoming the West Liberty-Salem 7th and 8th grade middle school band, along with the elementary Little Twirlers, to tonight's halftime show. Some of our middle school members have only been playing their instruments for a little over a year, and the Little Twirlers have been working on their routine every day this week to the Survivor Classic, Eye of the Tiger.
allowing your child to be part of our first twirling clinic this year. It was a great experience for everyone involved. Now, please join me in welcoming out the middle school color guard members to the field for their performance with the middle school and high school bands. Here's Journey's Don't Stop Believin'. Friday night. Mr. Weipel would like to give a big thanks to the Urbana High School Band for loaning percussion instruments for tonight's performance to allow our middle school drummers the chance to haul around those heavy instruments and play along on the field. We leave you tonight with a song by one of the biggest boy bands of all time. With drill written by junior band member Grayson Horsley, the high school marching Tiger Band says bye, bye, bye to our little twirlers, middle school color guard, and middle school band members with NSYNC's hit song, Bye, Bye, Bye. them to where they needed to be. Largest thank you possible to Mrs. Allison Cottrell for checking in the little twirlers every day this week at the end of the school day. Now, everyone, enjoy the rest of tonight's game and go Tigers!
Looking to save money every month? Well, who isn't? With a Quest MasterCard, you can lock in a low fixed interest rate from 5.99 to 11.9% APR for qualified cardholders. You can even perform balance transfers from other high-interest cards and save real money every month. Apply online today. Membership and credit score eligibility required. Quest Federal Credit Union. Explore the possibilities. NCUA insured. Equal opportunity lender.
Liberty Gathering Place in downtown West Liberty serves breakfast all day, every day. They have homemade desserts, made from scratch noodles, and the salad bar is open Wednesday through Sunday. But on Fridays, they are serving up all-you-can-eat fish. Yes, that's right, it's all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays. Enjoy golden fried fish with your choice of 2 sides, and maybe finish it off with one of their homemade desserts. Don't miss the all-you-can-eat fish every Friday at the Liberty Gathering Place, open until 7.
Comer Insurance Agency in DeGraff offers insurance coverage for home, life, auto, commercial, and farm. Visit their website at comerinsuranceragency.com for their number and more information. Comer Insurance Agency, specializing in helping you with the right coverage. Are you looking for a place to tan or do your laundry? Buckeye Wash and Tan has you covered. Their goal is to provide you the highest level service and products in a clean and friendly environment at an affordable price. Their laundry facility is fast, reliable, and saves you time. Full service will take care of the laundry for you. There's always an attendant on duty. Ohio weather can be dreary at times. Getting a tan helps you feel good all year long, regardless of the weather. They provide clean and well-maintained beds to help you feel your best. Let Buckeye Wash and Tan brighten your clothes and your day.
We've got a tie ball game here at West Liberty-Salem High School between the West Liberty-Salem Tigers and the Mechanicsburg Indians. 7-all here as we get ready for the third quarter on 106.9 The Bull and Peak of Ohio TV, PeakofOhioTV.com. Alongside Frank Stid, I'm Caleb Spinner, and Frank, this has been a very entertaining game of football in a game which everybody expected to be competitive, but I don't know by this much.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected a low-scoring game like this one, and and to be honest, there's many young kids that's over on Mechanicsburg sideline. Game probably a little bit closer than most would have thought, but again, you can throw all that stuff out the window when you got basically what would you call it, a rivalry game. You got two communities that, two big farming communities that are separated by Urbana. That's
sure,
about
exactly,
it.
yeah.
And you can even, if you go around on Kings Creek, you're gonna miss Urbana and you're gonna go right to the town. So
that's where I go usually to get from Mechanicsburg to here.
So I mean, you got a situation where these kids know each other, and that's what makes this whole thing fun. And like I told you before, confidence is the biggest thing for a high school football team, and the Berg's got some right now.
The bands went long, so we won't have time to do our usual coming back from the break Grandpa's fun facts. However, we'll sprinkle them in through the third quarter of this game, which is officially underway. Returning it from the 15-yard line are the Indians, out to the 25. And just shy of the 30 is the return man.
It would be interesting to see. McGill was a little boogered up there. I think it was an ankle. See if the halftime affected him at all, or if he was able to keep in there and keep it loose and maybe get it to where it's feeling a little better.
So we'll start off by resuming our NFL trivia facts, going into the Game 3 slot that we have allotted on this giant sheet that my grandpa gave me a few weeks ago that we've been slowly working through over the last few games. Shotgun snap for the quarterback, Bogard. He's going to hand off right side. Look to be to Jaden Rowland. He's going to get 2 yards to bring up Actually, they're going to give him 4. Wow, he moved that pile a lot more than originally suspected. They're going to give him 2nd and 5. But we'll start off, Frank. Which 2 states have 3 NFL teams within their borders?
California, Florida.
Okay, so maybe 3. Actually, I made that one up off the top of my head. I was thinking New York, too.
Well, actually, California doesn't anymore because the San Diego's gone. No, they do have. Let me think.
Shotgun snap for Bogart. He's going to hand it off right side to Jaden Rowland. That famous tradition that they love to do out of that formation. He's going to run out of bounds. Tough to see as it was out of bounds on that far sideline. They are marking a penalty on the field as well. Officials originally went out to the 40-yard line, but it's going to be holding against Mechanicsburg. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot, which they're going to call the 33. Make that the 32, so they're going to back him up 10 to the 22-yard line. I was thinking New York, Florida. I didn't even think California. The LA Chargers, LA Rams.
San Francisco 49ers.
San Francisco 49ers, yeah, so there's 3. So I was thinking 3, California, New York, Florida. Florida with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Miami Dolphins, Jacksonville Jaguars, and, of course, New York, technically New York, New Jersey with the Jets, but the Jets, Giants, and Buffalo Bills. 2 receivers left side, none out to the right for the quarterback, Bogard, in a shotgun with Rowland on his left hip. Signals for the snap. Looks to pass out left side and had his man open, but incomplete to Preston Griffith. Just threw it out of his reach. Which 5 teams are named after birds, Frank?
Oh, Cardinals.
Yep.
Ravens.
Yep.
You're going to have to give me a minute here. I got to go through the whole.
Think NFC for the rest of these.
I got to go through the whole gamut here. Eagles.
Yes. 2 more.
Oh, Lord. Got me on the spot here.
I think Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll.
Seahawks. No, Russell's with Denver now.
Well, yes, but made his start with the Seahawks.
Oh, Flaky Wilson.
Out to the right side is a run for Rowland off a handoff from Bogart. He's going to get a yard, but it'll add on to those 5 that they were back from the line marker, making it a gain of 6 total. Sorry that I took the long way around to tell you that it's going to bring up 4th and 8 for the Indians, and they're probably going to punt. The other one, think about which team blew a 28-3 lead to the Patriots in the Super Bowl a few years back.
Oh, the Falcons.
Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and the Falcons. Rowland back inside his own 20 to punt this away from Mechanicsburg. Signaled for it, had to jump to grab the snap and pulls it in. Booting this down, it'll touch down at the 40-yard line on the West Liberty side and roll out of bounds. They're going to say the starting spot for the Tigers is their own 37. And I got to say, that was the best punt of the night for Mechanicsburg, though that's not a very high bar.
No, but I wouldn't say you've completely flipped the field, but at least you're making them start on the other side of the 50.
10:53 to go here in the third quarter, 7-7 between the Indians and the Tigers. Which NFL team won the first Super Bowl, Frank? Do you know?
That's the Packers.
Against who?
The Chiefs.
Yes. And for the bonus question, do you know the score?
I do not know, but I know Bart Starr played Len Dawson.
Packers over the Chiefs, 35-10 in the original Super Bowl. We're going to ask a very depressing question coming up next. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. He's going to hand it off to who else? Gabe McGill up the middle of the field. No, this is Josh Wilcoxon, beg your pardon. Out to the 50-yard line. That 7 looked like a 21 for a moment. And like we mentioned earlier, they certainly have identical speed when they're between the tackles.
Wow.
Gabe McGill is actually on the right hip of the head coach, Dan McGill, on this near sideline, waiting to go in and join his teammates. Something to watch on. He was on the training table during that first drive back in the first quarter. Has come in back and forth a few times this game, but is currently on the sideline now. Hostetler hands off up the middle once again to Wilcoxon, who's going to move the pile. It started off looking like a gain of 3. He turns it into a gain of 10 and a new set of downs for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's just an old lead ISO right there. Fancy way of running it.
Officials are going to mark him a yard shy, 2nd and 9. Which 4 NFL teams are the only ones in the NFL not to win a Super Bowl?
Oh, my Lions.
Yours and mine are on there.
My Lions, your Browns.
Yep. The other 2.
Give me a second. I'll think about it.
Well, I'll give you at least a play here. 2 receivers out to the right side and none to the left. 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Gabe McGill around the left side. He's going to get back to the line to gain, so they'll give him a yard before he is forced out of bounds into that far side Mechanicsburg sideline.
Now, did you say to win it or to be in it?
To never win a Super Bowl.
Cardinals have never won one.
No, but That's not one of the four I have here.
The New Age Cardinals. My fault. St. Louis. I'm not sure if St. Louis Cardinals have or not.
I have Browns, Lions, Jaguars, Texans.
And that would be true.
To never win a Super Bowl.
The Lions are on there. That's all that I know.
And the Browns are on there, which is all I really care about. 2 receivers right side, none to the left. 2-back formation for the Tigers. Hostetler out to his right to pass. It's going to be incomplete. Was aired out into the direction of number 10, Jacob Evans, but it was low, and Evans could not dive underneath it. What are the dimensions of a football field, Frank, whether it be an NFL stadium or this one out here at Tiger Stadium?
Well, the width would have to be...
In feet, I should say.
I don't know.
360 feet long by 160 feet wide.
I've never, ever once wondered what the football field was in feet.
Really?
I've coached football for 25 years. It goes in yards. We're not in Canada.
Hit off up the middle, and Gabe McGill has a huge bit of room there as he plows up the middle for a gain of 11 and a new set of downs for the Tigers. Man, if there were any worries about what his leg looks like and what he's capable of, that put him to rest.
Yeah, that was a lot more explosive than what he showed in the first, so maybe that thing's loosened itself up a little bit.
Poppy hops out from left to right side in a motion. Handoff up the middle to Gabe McGill. He's going to get just shy of 10 yards. They'll mark him down at the 8. He dove ahead, looking to get the first down, but they call him 2 yards shy.
Pick up a 7 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 3.
Another depressing one here, Frank. Which NFL teams are the only ones to have an 0-16 record in a season?
That would be the Lions.
The Lions in 2008, and of course my Brownies not that long ago. These are very sad questions for our two fan bases.
I know. I thought it was your relay.
I think
Isn't it your grandfather?
I think I'm going to stop. Grandpa, come on, man.
Trying to tell you something.
Handoff around the left side. It's going to be good for a gain of 1 is where they're marking it right now. These officials are always taking a little bit of time to get the ball down. They confer with each other between every play almost before they finally spot it at 3rd and 4 for this play.
And if you're Mechanicsburg, you might not be getting off the field, but you're making them earn this touchdown. We're what, 10 plays into this drive? 8 plays?
3rd and 4. Shotgun snap. It's bobbled by Hostetler. He's got to keep it himself, and he's got some room to get just close to the first down line. We'll see where they mark him. They will say he got it. A scramble of 5 yards off a bobbled and fumbled snap. Hostetler comes up big with a crucial 3rd down conversion to put the Tigers closer to the goal on the opposing 15-yard line, inside the Advanced Pools of Ohio red zone.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity for the Indians right there. That ball hit the ground, and they had a chance to make a tackle for loss. Great job by Hostetler picking the ball up and making something out of nothing.
1 receiver either side. The tight end Poppy is lined up on the right side. Watch for motion there. 2 running backs in the backfield. Hostetler hands off to the lead running back. That's Josh Wilcoxon, who is not able to plow up the field for more than a yard. There is a flag on the play, however.
I think we're going to get something, some kind of motion maybe.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Elevate Chiropractic. Check out elevatechirocare.com. And they are going to wave the flag off here.
Yeah, it looked like they had a receiver on the line, and Poppy was off the line. And I think the official who threw the flag didn't realize the other guy was on the line of scrimmage.
This third quarter brought to you, as always, by Roof and Benchick Law Offices in Kenton, Ohio. And with another fun fact here, but this one's a good one. Where are all NFL footballs made?
Ada, Ohio.
Ada, Ohio, home of Ohio Northern University. Handoff up the middle to Gabe McGill. He's going to plow ahead across the 10-yard line. They're going to give him the 8. And now the Tigers within the opposing 10-yard line, but they still have not gotten that original first down line.
But let me tell you another fun fact.
Go for it.
My last coaching job was at Ada, Ohio, with the Ada Bulldogs with a guy who used to be the head coach here, Toby Smith.
I was wondering how you knew that so fast.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Small world.
It is a very small world. You grow up thinking the world's a massive place, and then as you get older, you realize it's not so big after all. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. Around the right side to Gabe McGill. He's got the edge, and he's got a touchdown. West Liberty-Salem retakes the lead off the legs of Gabe McGill, and around to the near side. Touchdown, Tigers.
Yeah, and he was a nice job. He dipped inside, got that linebacker and the safety to commit. And like I said, he's got that. If there was any question about his ankle, he answered it right there. He was able to kick it outside, cut outside, and outrun him to the edge.
And now, man, does this feel like all the pressure has shifted over to Mechanicsburg in a game where there has not been much scoring, and in a game that is this tight, back and forth, waiting for the other team to make a mistake. You've got to answer back. If not here, then soon.
Well, I agree, because your most dangerous guy is more dangerous on offense than he is defense.
Point after try is good. Brought to you by Fistful Floor, covering a reputation you can stand on. Oh no, they will say no good. Excuse me. I will explain exactly what happened when we come back from this break on 106.9 The Bull, Peak of Ohio TV.
Time's running out. Dairy Queen in Urbana is closing for the season October 29th. Stop in for the blizzard of the month, the Oreo Hot Cocoa. It's delicious. Fill your freezer with your favorite DQ treats to keep you going till they reopen in the spring. Thanks for another great season.
Hi everybody, this is Dr. Jacob from Elevate Chiropractic, Bellefountain's newest chiropractic clinic. Aren't you tired of being in pain and not living life to your fullest? Chiropractic care not only relieves pain, but more importantly, it helps your body handle stress better in the long term. We tailor every adjustment specific to you with the help of our in-house digital x-ray suite, along with corrective stretches and exercises. It's time to take back control of your own health today. Visit elevatechirocare.com or call 937-210-5525 to schedule now.
Welcome back from that break. Here now back to Tiger Stadium in West Liberty, Ohio on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.com. West Liberty-Salem 13, Mechanicsburg 7. The Tigers scored, however, Gideon Cole missed the extra point. So the Indians potentially found their window. You score, you put it through, you're up by 1.
Yeah, and again, you know, if you got to look at both sides of the ball for the Indians, you're probably a little bit more efficient on the offensive side than you are the defensive.
5:32 remaining here in this third quarter as the kickoff is underway. Touches down from the 40-yard line to the Mechanicsburg 15, where the fielder, Jaden Rowland, will take it out across the 25. They'll give him the 26, and Mechanicsburg will set up on offense from that spot. So explaining to you, dear listeners, because I owe you an explanation, Lou Vito, our in-booth producer here, is over to my left side. He's waving at me in a no-good motion. I think he's telling me we don't have an ad, keep it going with Frank. Instead, he's telling me we don't have the extra point was no good. So after some miscommunication, that's why that was so funny going to break and why I couldn't quite get my handle on, hey, we got to wrap this up, we got to go to break. What on earth is Lou telling me? So that's the story of that. It's a little bit more funny if you're in here in the Yoder press box with us. Back to pass.
Got him on a double move.
Bogard. He overshot his receiver. Man, what a play that could have been, but was not. Had Preston Griffith streaking down the near sideline and just put a little bit too much ketchup on that hot dog. Overshot the arms of Griffith.
Yeah, he had him on a double move. He bit on the out route, and he had him just a little bit too much air. But the one thing that does now is that loosens up the defense a little bit because they know that they're not afraid to do that.
And when you're a sophomore, to not only have an arm like that, but to get a receiver that wide open, it's no surprise that you get a little scared and overshoot your man. Handoff up the middle, keeping it on the ground for a gain of 2 are the Indians to bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and now you're in a situation now where I'm sure the adjustments made by West Liberty are, guys, if they're going to beat us, they're going to beat us throwing the ball. We're just going to stick 8 or 9 guys in the box, and we're going to make them throw it.
Third down for the Indians. 2 receivers going out left. 1 out, offset to the right. Back to pass and complete. Preston Griffith to the left side. He cut back up towards the middle of the field for a gain of 2.
Yeah, that's a young kid right there playing football. He's doing exactly what what it looks like during the week in practice, and unfortunately he's going up behind his lineman, but there were too many defenders. He should have just cut that upfield. He got what he could.
Sets up 4th and 9 in Mechanicsburg territory, and Jaden Rowland is back inside his 15 awaiting this punt. Boots it high and long. This one, a great-looking punt that's touched by the Tigers inside their own territory at the 35-yard line, and the Indians are able to pounce before the return man can even get a step in.
Yeah, that was a knuckleball. Those are hard to catch.
Looked like the kick was a little long for the intended return man, and as he was reaching back to pull it in, didn't get enough of a hand on it. It slipped past his right shoulder, but obviously the Tigers able to hold on to it.
Yeah, those are the kicks. They don't go end over end. They don't go quite spiral. They kind of just float, and the wind gets a hold of those, and it's really tough.
Speaking of the wind, it is flapping around here as we open the door and the windows inside this press box. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. He hands it off up the middle to Josh Wilcoxon, who has more room in front of him, but does not get as far as he wanted to, as he had an Indian hanging on to the back of his jersey.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he appreciated him trying to rip that ball out. And
he got up with a hot head right there.
Yeah, number 11 is going to be asked to leave for a snap. I'm sure there was some
words exchanged.
Some words exchanged. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe a little colorful, not quite black and white language. A little colorful. 6 men up front for the West Liberty-Salem offense. 2 receivers out to the left, two running backs in the backfield. Gabe McGill charges ahead. It's enough for a first down. It'll go down as about a 5-yard gain, so gets the first down by 2, and it'll move the chains.
Yeah, and this is more like this is what we saw a couple weeks ago against Northeastern. Don't get cute with I said basketball. Don't get cute with the football. Just line up and run.
I think you were deceived a little bit by the fact that we had professional NBA basketball media day on Tuesday. It's not quite basketball season yet.
It's about 20 days away.
Gabe McGill tried to go around to the right side, but the Tigers right there on it. Number 11, Lane Poland, makes the tackle after sitting out the last play.
Yeah, and he did it. He came downhill pretty hard. If they ran a play action pass, he definitely would have been fooled because he was coming down to the line of scrimmage.
And this is how you can tell it's a rivalry game. These hits are starting to have a little extra something put behind them for this Indians defense. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. He's going to hand it up the middle to Josh Wilcoxon, who takes a hard shot across the 45-yard line, fights his way inside the 40 to the 42. It's a big gain, the 37. The Tigers now into Indians territory off a physical run from Josh Wilcoxon.
Yeah, and like we said before, he's more than capable of carrying the load for these guys. And that's a heck of a 1-2 punch.
First and 10 for the Tigers with 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. And the Tigers with a lead 13-7 on the scoreboard. 2 touchdowns for West Liberty-Salem, but only 1 made point after for the Tigers. 1 receiver out far to that left side, and it's going to be a handoff to Gabe McGill. Originally shot up, Lane Poland did, to get his hands on the quarterback. Hostetler, rather. Sorry, a big gust of wind just blew in from the right side. We were trying to corral our notes here. But it was not a sack, as Hostetler had gotten the ball, thankfully for Tigers fans, into the hands of Gabe McGill, who was able to get a few yards out to the left side and set up 2nd and 4.
And let me tell you, that shows the weight room right there, because that was just strength and keeping his balance. That's off-season work right there is what that is.
2 receivers near side to the left, 1 out to the right. It's a pitch out to Gabe McGill, who is tripped up at the 15-yard line, gets down inside the 20. They're going to mark him at the 19, and it'll bring up another set of downs for West Liberty-Salem.
Yeah, and again, you don't have to be cute when you have a running attack like they have. Just get the ball in there, line them up foot to foot, maybe 1 foot line splits, and just run the ball.
1st and 10 for the Tigers, under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. 13 for West Liberty-Salem, 7 for Mechanicsburg. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. It's a handoff up the middle for Josh Wilcoxon, who plows ahead to the 10-yard line. An Indian defender hanging on to make the tackle is Jaden Rowland, and he finally pulls him down at the 5-yard line to set up a 1st and goal for the West Liberty-Salem Tigers. Rowland got up and was light on his left ankle. He is still into play, he's favoring his right side, but he is still into play, not taking some time to take this one out.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a lot more to take that kid out.
2 backs lined up behind Hostetler. Gabe McGill, one of them. He gets the handoff and is in for a score. Looked like he was going to go up the middle of the field, but went out left side, bouncing out instead to the far side and crossing the goal line to put the Tigers up even more. It's now 19-7.
Yeah, and we'll see if they go for 2 here, trying to get this evened up to 21.
Still awaiting the formation to see what the Tigers do. It would be smart to go for 2, so you can put this at a 14-point game. But also, it's still close enough to where one mistake can cost you.
Ball's on the way.
Hostetler going to take it himself around the right side, and he is in. No, they're going to say no. Hostetler got up like he was for sure across, and the officials call him a yard shy down at the 1. Oh, my goodness. Crucial 2-point conversion, and the Tigers do not get it. So your score with 11.3 to go in the 3rd quarter. West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 7. We'll step aside for just a moment on 106.9 The Bull, PeakofOhioTV.com.
Thinking about cleaning up your property or home? Call Bobcat Multi-Works for a dumpster. They offer 10 and 20 cubic foot sizes. They deliver them right to your door and pick them back up. It's the perfect way to dispose of all the things you don't need anymore. Check them out at bobcatmultiworks.com.
Come to the pizza shop where all the locals know where to go. Jack and Doe's, a family tradition for over 50 years. Started by the Valentine family in the late 60s, it's now operated by the 3rd generation. They were taught how to make delicious, quality pizza, subs, chicken, and more. Jack and Doe's, home of the original large sheet pizza. Visit their Facebook page or one of their 3 locations for dine-in, delivery, or carry-out in Kenton, Russell's Point, or Urbana. Jack and Doe's, the tradition lives on.
West Liberty-Salem scores to go ahead 19-7. However, they are denied a crucial 2-point conversion to keep this game within 2 touchdowns, 14 points more specifically. Alongside Frank Stid, I'm Caleb Spinner. Thanks so much for spending your Friday night with us here on 106.9 The Bull, 1390 WBLL, and PeakofOhioTV.com. We've got some scores from around the county. I was going to say country. Take the R out of there. County coming up here in just a moment. This one is a short kick fired right at the Indians. Number 33, Liam O'Laughlin, ready to grab that one. He was on the front line of the kick return team and was able to hop on it. Taking a look at the Central Buckeye Conference, I'll lead off with this, Frank. London leading Tecumseh by a lot, 56-0 in the 4th quarter of that game. The Red Raiders over the Arrows. The Bell Fountain Chieftains 36, Urbana Hill Climbers 7 in the 3rd quarter. North Union over Benjamin Logan in the 3rd quarter. The Wildcats atop the Raiders 27-9. Shawnee 28-0 over Indian Lake in the 3rd quarter. This is going to be a handoff up the middle to Liam Smith, it appeared to be. They are going to put him down at the 50-yard line. for a gain of 5. Jonathan Alder, 28, Kenton Ridge Cougars 7 in the third quarter. And the Graham Falcons and Northwestern Warriors are knotted scoreless at the half, 0-0. Hopping back over to the OHC after this, but right now we have a timeout on the field for the end of the third quarter. 12 more minutes of action coming up here. West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 7 on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.
Swing by Lee's famous recipe chicken for the all-new Nashville Hot Mac and Cheese Bowl. With breast strip bites tossed in Nashville hot flavor, all nestled into a bowl of mac and cheese. It's a meal with a kick. Try the Nashville Hot Mac and Cheese Bowl, only at Lee's.
Looking to save money every month? Well, who isn't? With a Quest MasterCard, you can lock in a low fixed interest rate from 5.99 to 11.9% APR for qualified cardholders. You can even perform balance transfers from other high-interest cards and save real money every month. Apply online today. Membership and credit score eligibility required. Quest Federal Credit Union. Explore the possibilities. NCUA insured. Equal opportunity lender.
Jaden Rowland keeps it himself out of the shotgun. He's going to get just back to the line of scrimmage for a no gain to bring up 3rd and 7. Alongside Frank Stid, I'm Caleb Spinner. Fourth quarter action coming up here on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.com. But of course, the fourth quarter is brought to you by Roof and Benchick Law Offices in Kenton, Ohio. Still a competitive game, though the scoreboard sits 19-7, a 12-point lead for the Tigers over the Indians. Here with 11:23 and counting down to go in the fourth quarter. Shotgun snap for the quarterback, Bogard. It's a pitch out to Rowland, back to the quarterback, Bogard. And it is complete to Bogard, but he's going to lose yards, about 3 of them on that play to bring up a long 4th down. And we'll see what Coach Forrest does here. Tonight's game is brought to you by Jack and Doe's Pizza, home of the original sheet pizza, Jack and Doe's. I got to imagine we see a punt here, but with Forrest having Liam Smith, Conley Bogard, and Jaden Rowland all over at the sideline, I'm going to guess they might go for this.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a timeout. I think you're at a point in the game where you have to have one of two things can happen. If you got a punt here, you're just playing into West Liberty's hands.
So Mechanicsburg calls a timeout. We'll step aside with 10:32 to go in the game. 19 for the Tigers, 7 for the Indians on 106.9 The Bull, Peak of Ohio TV.
When you're craving pizza, call Badrone's Pizza of Bell Fountain, 592-1020. You'll get it freshly made just for you. If pizza isn't what you're craving, they have a variety of sandwiches and dinners sure to please. Padrone's Pizza of Bell Fountain, 592-1020.
Hi, it's Liz at Bell Fountains Comfort Inn, reminding you we offer your out-of-town guests a comfortable alternative. Available amenities include in-room microwave and fridge, complimentary breakfast, outdoor pool, and on-site lounge. And king rooms come with hot tubs. It really does beat crowding into your house, and we're pet-friendly too. Reservations are easy at choicehotels.com or call 937-599-5555. That's Bell Fountains Comfort Inn.
West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 7. That's where we sit with 10:30 to go in the fourth quarter here at Tigers Stadium on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.com. Thanks so much for joining us for what has turned out to be a really good game of Ohio Heritage Conference football. Mechanicsburg going to go for it here on 4th and 9. Bogard out of the shotgun, looking to pass. He's got his man wide open across the 30-yard line. 25-20, 10-15, 5-yard line, touchdown. Mechanicsburg gets a score off a connection between Bogard and Preston Griffith. They put 6 more on the board and now trail the Tigers 19-13.
Yeah, they ran Rowland on the outside there, and the safety wide and left the middle of the field wide open. And it was a great job just catching the ball. I mean, that's a big, it didn't seem like a lot, but you're a young kid, that's a big catch.
Going for it for the 2-point conversion, and they will not get it. So the score will stand 19 for the Tigers, 13 for the Indians. here with 10:21 to go in the fourth quarter on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV.com.
Just one visit and you'll know why it's worth the drive to Firehouse Pizza in Zanesfield. This weekend, try a specialty pizza like the Fireman's Italian. Think about an Italian sub on a pizza. Or the mac and cheese with ranch, bacon, and 4 different cheeses. Firehouse Pizza. Check their Facebook page for specials.
Time's running out. Dairy Queen in Urbana is closing for the season October 29th. Stop in for the blizzard of the month, the Oreo hot cocoa. It's delicious. Fill your freezer with your favorite DQ treats to keep you going till they reopen in the spring. Thanks for another great season.
No.
Mechanicsburg comes up big on a 4th and long. They go all the way to the end zone from their side of midfield. A huge play. Connection through the air from Conley Bogard, the quarterback, to Preston Griffith, the sophomore, to the senior, respectively, to put the Indians down 6 now to the West Liberty-Salem Tigers, 19-13. We've got scores from around the Ohio Heritage Conference. We'll come back with you with those after this kickoff following the score. Eli Wilson is back to boot this away. Teed up at the 40-yard line. He puts this into the dirt. It's fielded by the Tigers at their own 40-yard line. It was low. The Tigers touched it for a moment and then jumped on it. Another potentially dangerous play on a kickoff, but the Tigers once again get lucky. This score, of course, 19-13, Mechanicsburg and West Liberty-Salem. The Tigers leading the Indians by 6. Southeastern is up 18-13. Officials congregating on the field. I beg your pardon for the silence here.
You had a late shot, and that's why Kurt Forrest is out to almost midfield, and the kid got hit late, and they did not call it. Blind side after the whistle.
Admittedly, I did not see it. Trying to pull up our YouTube stream on my phone so I can back it up, assuming we caught it. I got to imagine we did. Well, we'll give you an update on that here in a moment as the Tigers hand off up the middle to get to the 45-yard line before the Tribe of Indians is on it. So unfortunately, we don't have a replay function, but I'll talk you through this, listeners, if I can see it.
Happened on the backside.
Still looking for it. I didn't see it, but we'll get a play up the middle. Gabe McGill taking a handoff to get a first down and more from his 45-yard line across to the opposing 45-yard line. So now after that, we'll go back to our scores from the OHC. Southeastern leading Cedarville by 5, 18-13, the Trojans over the Indians. The West Jefferson Rough Riders 28, Triad Cardinals nothing in the third quarter at Triad High School. Madison Plains nothing, Greenview 34 at the half. And the Northeastern Jets, whom we'll have next week, are leading the Fairbanks Panthers 10-0 at halftime as well. Carson Poppy moves in motion from right to left side. It's going to be a handoff to Josh Wilcoxon, who plows ahead for 6 yards, keeps his legs moving for 7, and is brought down to set up second and short for the Tigers.
You got a couple teams right now that are they're playing real hard because the Berg knows they punch one in, it's going to be a tough, tall order to get back.
We've only got 8:40 to go in this one, and it is a 6-point ball game. Mechanicsburg 13, West Liberty-Salem on offense right now 19. The Tigers trying to hold or at least are trying to extend or at least hold their lead, and the Indians trying to stop them from that. Handoff that is immediately blown up in the backfield by the Indians. Number 15, Denver Caudill, shot up and stopped that play in the backfield. It's going to back up the Tigers.
Big third down.
It will bring up 3rd and about 6.
You got the throwing package coming in.
Josh Wilcoxon checks out of the game for West Liberty-Salem. Gabe McGill still in. He's the lone back in an I formation behind the quarterback, Hostetler. Indians looking like they're going to pressure. Poppy moving over from right to left side in motion. Hostetler pitches out to McGill after he takes a shot. They're right there on McGill and force him out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. It's going to back the Tigers up even more, and we have got pandemonium on the near sideline.
And that right there, that's on the officials. And I'm going to tell you this right now, and you got coaches pushing officials. That's on officials because you allowed that garbage to happen out in the midfield and you didn't do anything about it. That's officiating.
And now Preston Griffith is holding his knee on the near side. Forrest came all the way over from his sideline. He's still over on West Liberty's side of the field checking out to his injured player.
You didn't blow the whistle. The play came out of bounds. They tackled him out of bounds because there was no whistle. And then the pushing started on the West Liberty side on the Indians, which is, they're protecting their teammate. But again, that has to have been taken care of by the guys in the stripes.
If you didn't know coming into this that this was a rivalry game, you do now. Shades of Ohio State, Michigan, more often than not, on the field right now. Dan McGill on the near sideline talking to his guys, no doubt telling them cooler heads prevail. So cut that stuff out. And we'll see how the officials call this flag that was thrown in the middle of that scrum after the play.
This side of the field is going to lose their minds.
Personal foul against the
We'll call it personal foul against West Liberty-Salem, and there it is. Minds are lost. In case you can't hear them, booze raining in like a heavy Ohio rain.
Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. Then you get a situation like that, in my opinion, that needs to be offsetting penalties because you can change the complexion of a game right there.
I got to imagine, though, that went to West Liberty from that last hit, though. That went uncalled against them. I got to imagine that's what gave Mechanicsburg the benefit of the doubt there. But I do agree with you in principle that should be offsetting when it's too close to tell who that is, and both sides got plenty of action on that.
Let the kids decide the game. It's going to be 4th and long to begin with.
So the Indians stopped the Tigers once on 4th down. They're going to replay the down, but it's from 15 yards further than they originally had.
And to the point of back to the game, that option has hurt them twice this game, and they played that option great that time. So it's a great job by the coaches in making those adjustments.
So the Tigers are in 4th down formation and a punt formation on 4th and about 25. Let's just call it 4th and a country mile. Snap is back, and the punt is away. It's a long, high punt. Best punt of the night. It's going to touch down inside the 10 and roll into the end zone. So Mechanicsburg will take over off the touchback, down 6 with 7.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. You're listening to 106.9 The Bull and watching Peak of Ohio TV.
Do you love that glow your skin gets from the sun? At Buckeye Wash and Tan, you can keep that glow all year round. You don't have to worry about the seasons changing either. They have several beds available to help you achieve and keep the look you want. Check out Buckeye Wash and Tan at either of their 2 Bell Fountain locations.
Just one visit and you'll know why it's worth the drive to Firehouse Pizza in Zanesfield. This weekend, try a specialty pizza like the Fireman's Italian. Think about an Italian sub on a pizza. Or the mac and cheese with ranch, bacon, and 4 different cheeses. Firehouse Pizza. Check their Facebook page for specials.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in West Liberty, Ohio. The West Liberty-Salem Tigers leading the Mechanicsburg Indians 19-13. But the Indians on offense with 7.5 minutes to go in this game. It's a handoff right side to Jaden Rowland. He's got room across the 40-yard line, across the 45 to Tiger territory, and is run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Jaden Rowland, big run to the near side, and it puts the Indians deep in Tiger territory.
A little bit of momentum right there, and now you're feeling it on that sideline over there.
So the Indians, just like that, they get all the way down from their own 25 to the visiting 46-yard line on one snap of the football. Conley Bogard in at quarterback. He's got two receivers out to his left and a lone man in the backfield with him. He hands off to Rowland around the right side across the 45-yard line and pushed out of bounds. They're going to mark him down at the 42-yard line. Give him a gain of 6. Next week, we are in Mechanicsburg when the Indians host the Northeastern Jets on 106.9 The Bull. And stay tuned to Facebook on Monday for a joint announcement about something else that will be going on with that game. Meanwhile, on our other two stations, 98.3 WPKO will have Benjamin Logan against the Shawnee Wildcats. Peak of Ohio TV will be out there as well. And the 107.3 The Drive, the Jonathan Alder Pioneers take on the Bell Fountain Chieftains. Bogard back to pass, looking left side. He's got his man Preston Griffith wide open and again overshot him. He's had that play open twice now through this game. It would have been 6 if he could connect, but they didn't.
Yeah, you know, again, young kid pulling the trigger, but I tell you what, if you're going to assume that responsibility, you got to make that pass.
That had points written all over it, Frank.
Absolutely.
You got to imagine if Mechanicsburg goes on to lose this game, those two missed connections from Bogard to Griffith are going to haunt them. Two receivers left, none to the right. Bogard looking left side to pass. Back at midfield, he signals his receiver Rowland to come back, and he does. Hauls it in at the 30-yard line, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. It'll resume once they move the chains. Jaden Rowland, the receiver. Big play for the Indians, and it gives them a new set of downs.
And this is what we saw last week when the Indians, when West Liberty's blitz package and their rush wasn't getting to the quarterback last week. He was able to pick them apart out there, and that's kind of what's happening right now. They're not hitting home, and the ball's getting to where it's got to be.
Jaden Rowland comes up big on 2 plays this drive to get the Indians deep inside Tiger territory. Rowland hands off to Liam Smith. Up the middle for a gain of 5. Pile still pushing, but they're going to call forward progress down after that 5-yard gain.
Yeah, fresh set of legs running the ball right there is all that was for Coach Forrest.
And not to mention a breather for Rowland, whose only job is to catch the ball and then give it right off to number 5.
Yes.
Indians break the huddle. Rowland in a shotgun. He's got 2 receivers, Preston Griffith one of them, and Lane Poland the other on the right side. 2 tall options going in man against the Tigers. Rowland is going to take the shotgun snap and keep it himself. It looks like he's got enough for a first down, but the officials will mark him a yard short and bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, I tell you what, would you expect anything less from these two teams?
I would not. It's been a competitive game. For better or worse, it's been a physical game too, Frank. And this has truly been back and forth all night long. Indians with momentum. Rowland's going to take it himself just to punch through and get the first down. He's got it. Needed 1, got 2. And now the chains will move and keep this Mechanicsburg offensive drive alive.
Yeah, we're going to get a quarterback change here as Bogart's going to stay on the sideline.
Might as well. If this is working with Rowland, keep him out for now. You've got a new set of downs. With Rowland in his quarterback, I'm immediately thinking run. So as long as Rowland holds on to the football, no risk for a turnover here through the air. Might as well keep Bogart on the sideline for the moment.
Yeah, a couple older guys in the backfield, too. Never hurts.
2 receivers near side, none out to the far side. It's a fumbled handoff, but Rowland is able to get right back on it and takes it out left side, and he had nowhere to go. Man, did I almost just jinx that.
Yeah, we both did.
Rowland has trouble holding onto the snap. His only option after he got back a hold of it was to go out to the right side, and now they will bring on the quarterback, Conley Bogart.
You just said trouble with the snap. Brings me back to one of my best memories ever.
And the ball is free.
Oh, my God.
It's picked up by Jalen Watts-Jackson.
Best day ever.
For Ohio State fans, too.
Oh.
Whenever Michigan State is able to get the better of the Michigan Wolverines, that's the Sean McDonough voice crack. Shotgun snap for Bogart. Looking out left side. Airs it out for Griffith. It's picked
No.
off.
I don't like the call.
West Liberty-Salem currently ruled to have taken away the ball. Griffith is down in the end zone. As of now, it stands turnover Tigers.
Yeah, I didn't. There's nowhere for him to go. He's going to run out of real estate. I understand the concept, but I guess the thinking is there's enough time left, got a couple timeouts, get a couple big stops. We're on our side of the field, might as well take a shot.
So the Tigers take over off a turnover for Jacob Evans. And now what looked like a surefire score for the Indians to potentially take the lead is now turning into a we need a defensive stop.
Yeah, this is going to be big here. And if you're West Liberty, it's not a horrible thing because your ground game.
3.5 minutes to go in this one. West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 13. The Tigers take over after a Jacob Evans interception. Big offensive drive for West Liberty-Salem, looking to hold on to or extend their lead. Shotgun snap for Hostetler. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Gabe McGill. He plows ahead with that big frame for a gain of 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. The Tigers next week are home against the Triad Cardinals. That game at 7 p.m. It's their final one of the season at home. They'll be on the road for the final week. Means it'll be senior night for these seniors for West Liberty-Salem. Meanwhile, the Indians are back home on Friday, October 13th for a freaky Friday game against the Northeastern Jets. That's where we will be on 106.9 The Bull. Once again, a 7 p.m. start. Hostetler out of the shotgun. Hands off Gabe McGill around the left side. Had some room across the 30. Is going to get the first down, but is brought down inside the 35. They'll give him the 34. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers from that spot.
Yeah, that's a good job. Just stay in bounds, stay in bounds, stay in bounds.
Clock stops just while they're moving the chains. It's back rolling with 2:40 to go in this game. Trying to look out to the scoreboard and see how many timeouts each team has left. Trying to get a look at how many timeouts each team has left here as I'm trying to bend my head around outside the window here. Full steam ahead for Gabe McGill. He charges, lowers his head, and plows forward for a gain of 6, it looks like, on that last play. If you're Mechanicsburg, you're risking the body trying to get in front of the big 21.
Yeah, getting chippy out there again. It looked like it was Wilcoxon, actually.
Those two run so alike, it's hard to tell whether it's 21 or 7. Both have done their work tonight. Minute 40 remaining in the 4th quarter. Indians down by 6. The Tigers full steam ahead once again up the middle run for Gabe McGill, and both teams with 2 timeouts. Mechanicsburg will use one of theirs to freeze the clock at 1:30. West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 13. Timeout Indians. When we come back here on 106.9 The Bull, 1390 WBLL, and PeakofOhioTV.com.
Looking for a way to make your gun even more awesome? Come down to Patriot's Attic and get yourself a silencer. We take care of all the paperwork and fingerprints in-house, so the most stressful part for you is deciding which can to buy. The best part? When you buy a silencer at Patriot's Attic, you're free to take it out of jail and use it on our range whenever you want while you're waiting for that form to be approved. So make that wait time worth it and come see us on County Road 130 between Huntsville and Bellefontaine.
Dream about a pool for your family? Advanced Pools of Ohio has your summer fun in mind. From choosing the right pool size to professional installation, maintenance, and the chemicals to keep your pool looking great all season long. Find them at advancedpoolsofohio.com or check out the store located on 273 outside of Bell Center. Advanced Pools of Ohio.
West Liberty-Salem, 3rd and short here on offense. A first down, you got to imagine, seals this game A defensive stop for the Indians and a timeout after keeps this game alive. West Liberty-Salem up by 6 in their own territory. Handoff. It's plowed ahead for a gain of 6. It'll bring up a new set of downs for the Tigers and more than likely seal this fate.
Yeah, that might be the one that does it right there.
Mechanicsburg has one more timeout. And we'll see when they elect to use it. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 48-yard line with the clock ticking. Minute 12 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you still got over 15 seconds left on the play clock. They'll run this all the way down to 1.
Tigers 19, Indians 13 after a Jacob Evans interception ended what looked like it will be probably Mechanicsburg's last offensive possession of the game. Victory formation for Hostetler. He takes a knee, and Mechanicsburg will take a timeout. We'll take one final break here on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV. When we come back, the conclusion of West Liberty-Salem and Mechanicsburg.
Are you penalized because your bank's head coach is located out of town? At the People Savings Bank, our head coach is right here in your hometown to help you meet your goals. Come score a touchdown with the People Savings Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Attention Fat Boys Pizza and Ice Cream customers, it's that time again. It's football time. Get your Fat Boys fix before the game or order while the game's going on. We're open till 10. We have hot pizzas, subs, and salads. 592-FATS.
West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 13 here from Tiger Stadium in West Liberty, Ohio. 2nd and long for the Tigers on their own 46-yard line, rather. Almost said 48, but the loss on 2nd down after the knee backed them up. And now Hostetler takes a knee. He'll do one more of those. The Indians have no timeouts left. And so the Tigers will wind this clock down. Game ball for me, Frank, as I was just talking about over the break, goes to Jacob Evans, who had a crucial interception that shut down what could have been the game-winning drive for Mechanicsburg. And that second victory formation play will end it. The West Liberty-Salem Tigers survive a tight one against their rival, the Mechanicsburg Indians. Your final score is going to be West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 13. But man, what a game we had here tonight.
Yeah, and you know, again, you throw the records out, and I'll say this for both teams moving forward. For West Liberty, you're back on track. You're back to winning next week. You know, you got Triad coming in here. Should be a winnable game. But for Mechanicsburg, you got a lot of young kids playing. If you're able to squeak out a couple more wins here before the season's over and even find your way into the playoffs at a 16 seed, your young kids are they're just going to get better over the next 2 weeks. So you might be able to do a little bit of damage when you get in there.
Agreed. This 4-4 record that now Mechanicsburg has is going to look worse on paper than it did tonight, than it does when you watch this team on the field, and then how they looked tonight even. You get young guys coming in. You get Conley Bogard, the sophomore, in at quarterback. He looked really well tonight. He played really well tonight. He looked really good. And this is just a crushing defeat for Mechanicsburg. A tough play on that far sideline, just overthrowing Griffith into the hands of the defensive back Evans, and that sealed the fate of Mechanicsburg. Once again, West Liberty-Salem moves up to 7-1. Mechanicsburg drops down to 4-4. They will host Northeastern next week at Mechanicsburg Stadium, and that's exactly where we will be on 106.9 The Bull, 1390 WBLL. Once again, your final, West Liberty-Salem 19, Mechanicsburg 13, here on 106.9 The Bull and PeakofOhioTV. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening and night with us on our Champaign County Game of the Week. For Lou Vito, our producer in the booth, and alongside Frank Stid, I'm Caleb Spinner. We'll see you next week. But for now, that's the game. We're out of here.